Today we're gonna give this creamy beef and shells recipe a try. I'm fairly excited here. I will leave a link to where I found the recipe down in the description box below. Let's go! First thing we're gonna do is dice up half a sweet onion, medium size. Well, my hubby isn't a big fan of the sweet onions, so I'm gonna use a regular white onion here. And since I love onions, I'm gonna use the whole thing instead of the recommended half. To a hot pan, we're gonna add in 1 pound of ground beef and start breaking it up. The recipe says to season with salt and pepper to taste, so I'm gonna sprinkle in some pepper and use my garlic salt instead of regular salt. Once you have the majority of the ground beef broken up, add in your onions. We're gonna let this cook, stirring frequently until the onions start to become translucent. To a boiling pot of water, we're gonna add in 8 ounces of medium pasta shells. Well, I only have this box of large shells, so that's what I'm gonna use. Also, I feel like 8 ounces isn't nearly enough, so I'm gonna add in a little bit more. I'm following the cooking directions on the back of my pasta box. Now we're gonna dice up 2 garlic cloves and add it to our beef and onions. The recipe doesn't call for this, but I'm gonna sneak in a pat of butter. I did drain the grease off from the beef, and now it's looking a little bit dry in my pan. I don't want my garlic to have a bad time, so why not add a pat of butter in? Add in 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Give it a quick mix. Now we're gonna sprinkle in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We're gonna let this cook for about a minute before we add in our liquids. Add in 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, followed by 2 cups of beef stock. We're gonna bring this to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer for about 6 to 8 minutes. Once the sauce has started to thicken up, add it to your drained, fully cooked pasta. To the pot, add in 3/4 cup of heavy cream. The recipe does say to season with salt and pepper 1 more time if you think it needs it. I tasted it and I agree it could use a shake or 2 more for good measure. Last thing to do is add in 6 ounces of shredded extra sharp cheddar cheese, which is about 1.5 cups. I don't have extra sharp cheddar cheese in my fridge, but I do have a plethora of this mixed blend of cheeses. I think it's called Fiesta. Once your cheese is melted in, it's ready to serve. If you're interested in this recipe, I will put up an ingredients list right here. I will also leave a link to the recipe in the description box below. If you like this video and would like to see more, please like and subscribe to my channel.